G'day guys, welcome to the MailBag review for Sandown the 2nd of December.
December, mate. Christmas almost here.
And it wasn't Christmas on the weekend.
It was tough. It was really tough. But I think as we go through this card, you'll probably kick yourself on a few of these, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I've got a good story about one of them, and I think it probably sounds funny to say, but I'm really happy that I think overall we might have just lost. We lost on the last race, tipped us into a negative for the whole 3 days.
Correct, yeah.
And personally, I'm pretty happy with that. The way the conditions that we had, like Wednesday, they were in the yard 9 minutes before they raced. And Friday night, I still don't know if we know what the track was doing. Do you?
No, still don't.
So I struggled to find out what the track was doing. I saw, like, on Twitter, you can see the conversations. The people who normally would know still weren't sure. Yeah. The guys on track who I hung out with, we just couldn't put our finger on it.
I think Sandown was a really solid day, and this will be a good review. I actually think this will be something we'll learn from.
It's the hardest I've ever done though. Like I was saturated to the bone.
Me too. Just sitting at home
in his track shorts.
Well, my game within the game Betfair ones, mate. Someone had to.
I can't wear them because I don't have a pair. Oh, you're into me early, aren't you?
It's a little bit. Well, I owe you a slab, so there we go. How the hell did we not get a heavy 10 or above?
No,
like,
well,
what?
I would have disputed this on the show if I had to pay this, because Weir's was
halfway through.
We had a few chats to Weir's Jack Walker. What's his name?
I know the guy. Yeah.
It's bad that I can't remember it.
It'll come to me.
He thought it was a 7 towards the end.
Really?
Yeah.
It did, in my opinion. Haven't got the times, haven't got sectionals, haven't got any of that. I felt that it played to the point where any horse could win if they were good enough to handle a soft track. So it did feel like that to me.
The inside chopped out. Yeah. The rail was pretty cooked in the straight, and it chopped out even cornering towards the end.
Yeah. Well, the inside was probably a heavy 8.
It was raining like non-stop.
The inside was probably a heavy 8, which helped Jungle Edge.
Did you see me on TV down there?
Yeah, you're a star, mate.
Good. Because I don't want to say I was down there and then no one can see me.
Everyone can see you. They can normally always see me as well, but that's...
What about the old bloke he told me off for talking to you on the phone?
Well, he shouldn't have been yelling, mate.
You need to get some earphones.
Oh, that's what I got in the end. Want to get straight into it, or...?
Well, let's recap. So we've done the Mounting Yard Mail. We won 2 days, lost 1, but small loss overall, but I was pretty conservative all weekend.
Exotics players had a fill-up. There was an 1800 first
2 winning days is a good result. You won 3 units.
Yeah, should have been a fat one, but Dwayne Dunn likes to sit on stuff like it's winks.
We'll get to that later on. And my staking plan had a small win as well. So
win's a
I'm
win.
pretty happy winning actually.
Me too. It's
because I think, like people like you, I was watching Darren Potter's stuff show this afternoon. Which Darren, like, get in touch.
Yeah.
I want to get you on the show. I want to come on your show. I've reached out. Come on. I feel really sorry for. It must be really hard for guys like him and you and whoever sending out shit first thing and just letting it ride.
Well,
like, the Valley, you had no idea what was actually going to happen. Yeah. You thought it might be this, but it wasn't. Saturday was just like it's just evolving constantly.
Yeah. I mean, just as an example, Sprightly Lass. That's not the parade you want of a $2 shot, is it?
No.
It's on its toes all the way around. I actually think it should have won, but we'll get into that. But, you know, it's the type of one where you go, shit, I wish I could just get rid of that bet and just have Jungle Edge and just go, you know, double down.
Well, that's basically why I won, though.
Yeah.
My staking plan. Yeah. Like, it just ticked every box and I just had a max bet at it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do it. Race 1, what do you got?
This is going to be a bit of a praise fest for you early. So, there was only one horse in this. So, 1,000 metre 2-year-olds, only one horse that had a run. So, that was Coronel. Logan River was like $3 out to $6, but it had a really good jump out. It looked to be contending for the win, but then failed the final 200 metres. Clear standout in the yard that you found. Take a bow. Ridden by. Clear standout. You had it on top. $9 winner. Sanctimonious was a really interesting runner. I noted that you had it still got a bit to come from the yard.
Yeah.
So it's one that we can really follow forward. They're sending out Ridden By for a spell.
Yeah, because it's quality.
Yeah.
I think that Sanctimonious is the horse to follow.
Yeah.
The main horse to follow from the meeting.
I think it's a pretty good race, this one. Separate, or whatever its name is, which flashed home, I think's got ability. I think Logan River, we can't. I'm not sure what to do with it because of its final 100, but I think it's a good horse as well.
I wouldn't be dropping off Coronel. If you watched its first run at Caulfield, it cornered like a crab.
Oh, is that one we backed in that day? Okay, the crabby, yeah.
And it's improved. It was a pretty tricky track for young horses.
Yeah.
I thought he got through the line okay. The winner was the biggest, best type there.
Yeah, by a mile.
But the others might catch up to it.
You disappointed in British Medium? It looked.
I don't think it handled the track.
Yeah.
And it's done the work. It's come up it's cornered inside and come up the inside, which I think's off. So I'm quite forgiving on horses that were near the fence and harsher on horses that have come down the outside.
Agreed.
Anything else I got to say here? I think this is sort of what I'm saying though with the weekend. But what have we had here? Like 1 unit of this thing.
I know.
Like if I'm comfortable in the conditions, this is a 5 unit each way bet.
Yeah. Oh, probably even a 2 unit each way. I was thinking. Like, this is the hindsight of doing these. You're going through. You're like, I'm looking at your notes, and I'm going through this. I'm going, shit. I reckon you could have been up 20, 30 units for the day. And this is more not a reflection on you doing stuff bad. It's just the type of day it was. It's very tough.
Oh, well, and I only take 60 to 70% of the responsibility for the betting.
Yeah.
You've got fair say in it.
Oh, we'll get to the Jungle Edge race, and I was trying to
give you the Vinland race was the one where I ignored you.
Okay, it was Vinland. Okay,
but yeah, I think Sanctimonious, Logan River, Coronel, even British Medium. I'm not convinced Separate. I think it had every possible, and obviously Written By. I think they're all okay. Be interested to see what they do.
Yeah, good race going forward. Follow them.
Race 2, Drew, 1300 metres, benchmark 70.
A group of very fit horses is what we found here. I think you gave a pretty much full marks fitness wise to most of these.
I don't know if we need to be telling everyone.
No, I'm okay with that mark.
Yeah, and Walshy did that too.
Yeah,
let's not disguise everything.
We're leaving some stuff there. Don't worry.
I reckon this is the ride of the week. This young kid is very talented. How good
do kids go when we
did
pot
I bag him or did you?
Nah, it's me.
Yeah.
Sorry. It wasn't bagging him. It was talking about an individual ride where he got something wrong with a quirky horse.
Good.
And he's gone forward on a leader where you're not going to have a problem laying in because, if you get protested, so be it.
I'm telling you, there was an apprentice road one on Friday night.
Steph Thornton?
No. That we backed. And he cooked it.
Okay.
Don't say who it was. I'm not sure.
So I thought you were talking about a good ride.
No, he cooked it.
Yeah.
He restrained it, and then tried to drop it, and the horse loses the bit, and it doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
This kid gently crossed, got to the corner just in time, used all his momentum, never overly restrained the horse, just let the horse build its own rhythm, momentum, cornered, beautiful. You were home on the corner.
It was a very professional ride, but also a very professional horse, is what I would say. You could clearly see that it went through its gears, and it was.
But it was allowed to go through its gears.
Yeah.
How often do you see a horse restrained and resent not being allowed to go through its gears? It's fucking torture.
Dwayne Dunn.
No, I don't.
Honestly, I think that's a really good horse. You had it in your top numbers.
We backed this horse.
Yeah.
There's only horse.
Another $9 winner.
Is this the only bet in the race, wasn't it?
I don't have it in front of me, but I have a feeling we backed one or two of them.
I just wish we had gone harder.
Yeah. Holy Freeze has run a good race. Port's Corner wasn't terrible.
I think this Kazi Farazi is a genuine horse. It took gaps. Look, it's its second ever start, isn't it?
Didn't parade well either.
Is that its second start?
I believe so, yeah.
Like, it took a tight little gap. It paraded poorly. It ran big. I really want to follow it. Kazi Farazi. Jack Hill rode it too, so you might see a positive jockey change.
So what I've started to record now, just for our sessions, is horses I think can improve from the yard. It's one of them. So it's in my numbers as a horse to follow from this meeting. I think Memory Bank we can also keep following, especially at a Flemington or a Sandown. Really
I'm
well
not
suited.
too convinced on Memory Bank. Like,
Okay.
it was at its top in the yard. It was given the perfect ride.
I like its style though. Like if they can keep riding it, like that, it'd be
100%,
very
but
hard to.
You won't be getting $9 or
Of course not.
whatever we took.
Still get fours.
Race 3, 1600 metres, benchmark 84 for the fillies and mares.
This looked a low grade race on paper. It proved that way. You had some really fit.
I wouldn't say this is low grade. This is a serious fucking win.
Yeah, I'm more saying like you've got Miss Gardenia up here and you got the rest of them. It looked that way, but you just couldn't trust if Miss Gardenia was going to fully get through the ground and if something was going to jump out on it. I just thought you had a couple that, especially parade wise, couldn't go much better.
Yeah,
Versus-
Fudge is that one.
Yeah, and
But
it
then, see,
how good was the ride?
yeah, no, don't know. See,
I-
Heavenly Descent should have led, and it's stuck on pretty well. So if I owned Heavenly Descent, I'd be a little bit disappointed. I think we could have won,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
I think Miss Gardenia.
But I think Mrs. Gardenia is enormous. That it's won up the shitty part of the straight. It's cut the corner. I was really impressed with it.
I came into the meeting going, "Oh,
It was
I've
short.
got it on top, but I can't back it." And I'll be honest, I didn't back anything there. But after the race, you go, "Well, no shit. Of course, it's one."
All right, race 4, 1600 metres, benchmark 70 for the 3-year-olds. Race of the day. This is a group horse, I reckon.
So a lot of people are going early on this horse and saying, based on a heavy run, that it's a superstar. I think it was really
Group horse isn't superstar.
I think group horse. I'd love to learn a group horse one day.
But it's not a superstar.
Well, people sometimes do call them that.
I wouldn't call Hartnell a superstar.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. That's like you trying to...
got him. Oh, I'll tell you a story, walking power. I think it's a group horse.
It had swagger, red hot, spurs on.
Pissed in. He didn't touch it.
Should have backed it for loads.
All right, so I'll talk through this. So
This was a hard... They went out late as
every
well.
parade's hard.
They went out late though.
It's raining on me heavily. I'm not
And there was one that
comfortable.
came in really late.
Let me tell the story.
Yeah.
Vinland, I don't know the names of the horses when they're in the yard.
Yep, that's correct.
Most of the time, I normally forget them. And I'm on the phone to Drew. Like, when it's raining like this, I'm on the phone to Drew saying, like, number 1, factor 1, this score, factor 2, this score, factor 3, this score, factor whatever, this score. Anyway, we end up with Vinland a clear, like, top pick. Normally would be Moral. It just stood out massively. I was interested in Civil Disobedience, and that was it. Then a Tone had not come into the yard.
Yep.
It came probably like 4 minutes before they jumped,
Yeah.
really late, and the jockey of Raw waited for it to get into the yard, and they trotted off together. A Tone looked bright, pretty fit, and I have an opinion of the horse.
And Maloney on board.
Yeah, it ticked a couple of boxes, so I was a bit scared of it. So like, and I once I knew it's Drew, it's the 6, the 7, and I'm scared of this 5. And then we found out who they were. I go back upstairs and have a look at the flux, because I've got an Excel spreadsheet that records the Betfair flux from like 15 minutes in. There's a lot of rumours going around about the Smurden stable.
Yeah, of course.
Not good ones. A Tone's $8.20 into $4.80.
And Vinland's about $3.20.
I get a text from a bloke who knows a few things. The Smurden punters are back to Tone.
Yeah.
Raw, they go out together. Just alarm bells are going off in my head that, yeah, Vinland I think's a Moral, but we might get stitched up here.
Yeah.
So I took the decision to equal stake Vinland and a Tone.
Yep, that's correct. 2 units on each.
And Drew wanted to go harder on Vinland, but I was scared of being on the wrong side of them setting up a race.
Yeah.
which I'm convinced they tried to do because Raw has gone faster than it needed to.
Yeah, but then they
then he's cornered. He anchor dropped a bit, which sucks horses in.
I found that
exactly
strange.
what that's what I want when I'm coming off the back. I want to anchor drop a little bit, so I can get the slingshot in to the best part of the straight.
Yeah.
Then he revs the shit out of Raw. Can you see the margin?
Yeah.
15 lengths. Raw's been done by.
Yeah.
15 lengths at $13. Oh, it opened 13, so it drifted to 21s.
So guess how much they had on the horse, a tone. I'm not sure, but Maloney's overwhipped it 5 times.
Yeah, like
taken a 6-day suspension for it to try and get it home.
Yeah, so serious, like, I don't know what we'd call it. They tried to pull one off here and they didn't get it done.
Correct.
But I was scared of it and I took the decision to like protect the guys who are getting my stuff and back them both.
And let's be honest, you can't get staking right every single race. That's just the way this game goes.
Yeah, especially because
you're so late in the piece.
I'm soaking wet. My hat's dripping on my fucking computer.
Yeah.
It's like dripping water. Like I'm like Matthew Hayden, 200 knot out at the whacker. Like
Yeah.
you know when it does that and it just drips. Yeah. It was torture. And I got like 30 seconds to make this decision. It has run second, but
yeah.
What do you do there in hindsight? Speaking of Shane, Shane today from puntingform.com.au, he's a very smart man, and he's just wouldn't have worried about it. I don't worry about what the market does.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I said to you. Is I don't care that much about the late money that was. You're concerned about the price going out in Vinland, the money coming for a tone. But for me, I look at that and go, okay, it's just someone the market's adjusting to the money coming for a tone. It doesn't necessarily talk badly of Vinland, especially
we didn't drop off Vinland.
Yeah.
But it's just when the money comes for Smurden at the moment, you've got to take note of it.
I sometimes predict what you're going to tell me staking wise. I had 5 units penciled in there on the send out.
Well, I almost said moral.
Yeah. So
it was a moral.
I thought, in hindsight, our bet probably should have been, let's say, 5 and 2.
What I find funny is, like, I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for even talking about this, because every show I've listened to, and I've listened to them all this weekend.
No one's mentioned.
I don't know why. I don't normally.
Yeah.
Probably to hear about this.
Yeah.
Not one show, YouTube, RSN, Racing.com, anywhere has spoken about this, and I don't understand why.
It's because they're too scared.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
The horse is trained by Smurden, as was the stablemate at Raw.
Yeah.
A tone is backed beyond belief for its ability, its platform into this race. It's come in late. It's heavily, heavily backed.
Thanks for parading it around once, by the way, guys.
Didn't, just in and out.
Exactly.
Raw drifts horribly, jumps, wound out, pushed out, snagged, then pushed right out on the corner, break up the field.
Yeah, beaten 14
beaten
lengths.
15 lengths. And there's nothing in the stewards. There's nothing spoken about. I think it's pretty cruel.
Yeah.
If we get beaten by a tone,
yeah,
you
yell over the fence. I'd just say
it was more a mental health save, I guess.
Yeah, it was. It's fair. One of the worst paraders of the day, who I think's a follow forward, is Grand Casino. I think he's got a lot to still come.
Isn't it deep in its prep? That sun's really belting down.
That's what you get for sitting on the left. It was freshened up, so I would. It's fifth up, but it's had a freshen up. So I don't know. I think it's come out of races where you're gonna let me to move, aren't you? Yep. It's come out of 3 poor runs, so it's finished 8th, 9th, and 10th. Right. It's had a 3-week let up. And it's run really well here when it's still not near its fittest. I think it still needs a few more runs and it'll be getting fit. You got to remember it's a distance horse, so I'm happy to follow it.
Yeah, I think Vinland's a group horse, and the form out of the race will probably be all right.
Yeah,
but you got to be really careful with the whole weekend. It's just all different.
You can't go hard on
different extremes.
Yeah,
with the form, coming out of them.
Agreed.
Race 5, Drew.
1400 metres, BM64, I'm pretty sure.
Correct.
Yep. You found the one in the yard I was hoping you would find in
Messino.
There's another one.
Messino.
How can I not say Messino?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was pretty...
Looked home at the 200, I thought.
200,
I
started to get a little bit like, come on!
And then it's just not found that final 200. Rock with you.
Well, I think
reckon
this
he's
is the
further.
part of the day, sort of inland, was when the inside just said, fuck
Yeah.
it, nah, you're not coming up here anymore.
I agree. Silent General was it was better than the favourite in the yard, and it just got the runs and sprinted home. I tell you what, how about the run of Javala?
Yeah, it's big.
Horrible in the yard.
Yeah.
I've got that in my to follow camp. And favourite was, what's its name? Urban Ruler.
Urban
Royale, sorry. Not Urban Ruler.
That was a pretty good run.
It was okay. For $2.70 favourite.
I thought Rock with You's going well might win something.
Needs further.
It needs weaker.
Needs further though.
It needs
BM64.
It needs weaker.
2,000 metre BM64. I reckon will go okay at Seymour or somewhere like that.
We might get a positive jockey change and...
Yeah. Actually be forward.
Oh, they'll never ride it forward. That's not stable. It employs positive tactics.
Yeah. That's all from that one, yeah.
Race 6, 1,000 metres. Do you want to go first?
Frustrating race for me to review. A group of fit horses, they all prayed well. Chiavari always looks $1 million, right? Chiavari will have his
Chiavari,
Yeah.
Teach Reward prayed well.
Yeah.
Did I bet in this race?
I actually can't remember on this one. I know you didn't
We
back
weren't sure
Sprightly,
about
that's
it.
for sure.
I don't know how that horse started $2.10. I don't understand. I didn't understand it when I did the form before I got there.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand it from the yard.
On my form, I had it rated $1.80, just being transparent. After the parade, do I want to be on at the price? I took half.
Borderline.
I took half my money out. That's just the honest truth about it. When a horse that I have rated that close to the market, I got 210. It was $1.80. I rated it. It then's on its toes. It's not exactly showing me everything I want to see. And you've got a group that are parading so well. I'm taking half my money out, and it's very rare I'll pull it all. Only done it once in probably the past 3 months. I thought the horse was just given a shocker of a ride. Like, you sit on a horse to the 200. When's the last time you saw that happen on a horse at a 500 metre straight track? It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, but this is a horse that's had like 5 starts.
You've got to get into it at the 300. There's no excuse not to get into a horse at the 300 to give it its maximum to get home. That's just everyone on Twitter saying it. I'm not the only one
well, I don't agree.
Yeah.
All by one horse, he's beaten pretty comfortably.
Yeah, but that was his field.
Did you expect Miss Wonderland to do that?
Yeah.
I did not.
Its best form is group class.
First up for a long time on a heavy track. He's just looking after his horse, trying to keep it steady through the ground. It was a bit green. He's just trying to keep it balanced, keep it in rhythm.
It was
I
going
don't mind
straight
it.
the whole straight.
Yeah, because he was looking after it.
You got to let it go sooner. That's just.
Yeah, I suppose I wasn't on it, so I don't
Yeah.
really care. But
Look, Miss Wonderland, it's a good horse. 300 days off.
yeah,
Couldn't have it, but I can see how it beat me. You know, that's the simple.
all right, race 7, another 1,000 metre race.
This looked
just an open handicap.
This looked the moral of the day. It simply was like Jungle Edge.
This is our best. Was this your best bet was that one? Sorry.
Yeah. No, this is my next. This is the one that got me up for the day.
I was trying to pump up the previous show.
Well, this got me up for the day.
Yeah, this is my best bet of the day. And
I simply said, look, Jungle Edge.
I got nervous in the yard.
You did. I think you pulled back your units a bit on this one
Yeah, I
because
did.
you were a bit unsure. I kind of wanted you to unload here as well because I was like, as soon as they said, down to heavy 9, but then you've had the information on track. Oh,
It's not a heavy 9,
it's not a
yeah.
heavy 9. And then that's, once again, it's one of those days where you don't have that
Yeah,
confidence.
and every horse here paraded quite well.
Yeah. The way I...
That's what also made me a little bit cautious. Thermal Current is flying.
Yeah.
It was fat. It was the only horse that I didn't really like. Wasn't really taken by in the yard.
That's
Well,
what,
you would have seen what I've done. Like,
Yeah,
I've
that's-
marked it really positive on some things, but it's
well, that's what I've written
fatness-
here, that we can
fatness
follow
was
it
a
forward,
maximum.
definitely.
Gun Case was weird. I don't know if you saw it on TV, but
I didn't want to be on it.
it didn't want to race.
No.
Like, it didn't want to leave the yard, and then they like sat it off and it just stopped. It's like it reminded me of my dog.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not going. I'm not doing what you want.
No. Then when they do that, they don't win.
Well, fuck it, almost. It looked the winner at 200, Mark.
Yeah. Then it's run third.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, thermal current has come down the best part of the track, though.
That's the thing with the win of Jungle Edge, which makes it so much better. It was in the shit part.
Yeah, but I think it might almost prefer that.
Did you... that's what I was saying as well. Like, they've actually gone for the slower part of the track to give it a better... Did you watch much of the ride by Georgina? I was a bit perplexed at what she was doing earlier.
Well, see, this is my point. I think it was a very similar ride to the Dwayne Dunn ride. But this horse responded to the whip.
I was more thinking... So just early on, right? She hasn't pushed it out to lead early. I'm not sure if we'll get this.
Just balance it up. Kept the horse balanced in the...
But what she kept on doing...
It is a horse coming 1,200 back to 1,000.
She kept looking to her right. I don't really want to get the sound on this, do I? No. So, we're just watching it for real quick. So if you just watch her,
Yeah, I've watched this a few times.
You get about 200 metres into the race, and she just kind of keeps looking to her right, as if she's waiting for something to cross or something like that, or maybe not to cross. I don't know what she was doing, but...
She's just seeing what's going on.
Yeah,
she
I
doesn't
was a
need
bit
to use up
surprised
a
by
horse.
it.
Because she thinks he's probably not going to cross me because the inside's off.
Yeah.
So I can just cruise along here and just ease my big boy into this massively long straight.
Looked
I'm
across
going to caress him down the dip.
But that was good. Took it out a little bit.
Let him do what he wants.
Now see, look, 400.
That wasn't a whip. That was a little push.
Mate, that's whipping.
That's a push. That's a push. Has not whipped it. Hasn't whipped it. Bang.
Okay, 300. Sorry. This is where Dunny's gone. This is where the Dunny's gone on his one. Dunny hadn't even done any pushing.
Look at this horse flying. It responded.
Yeah. I think
That's
Jungle Edge's win is bloody good, and I think
that's a proper racehorse.
Yeah.
Versus a lightly raced progressive filly.
When I review this race, I keep going. Jungle Edge is a weight for age group horse against listed horses, and it just I butted up a bit after seeing it and ended up having a decent day because of it.
Race number 8, 1,800 metres, benchmark 90.
So this is the best parade of the day. Let's say that quite by a mile, and it's lost.
I'll tell you what, this is one of our little personal ones here.
Yeah.
Which horses run a fat race here at 100 to 1 that I said I reckon we should put in the numbers?
What, Kenny Keys?
Like a Carousel.
Yeah,
Paraded great.
Keys.
I almost put it in the 4 numbers. It's run 4th, 5th, 6th, 6th, 5th.
There we go. Didn't get in the numbers, thankfully.
Yeah, but it's 150 on Betfair.
Yeah. It needs further.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's going well.
Yeah. Unlike Tarquin.
Fat. Tarquin is fat. I don't think they're getting... I think they're like the Godolphin boys are sleeping in or something.
Well, what's up with Wall Engine as well? That was kind of the same, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was pretty weak.
Yeah.
I thought Portion Control was pretty weak. Like, those two were disappointing. The rest of the race made sense to me.
When we look at
figures,
like, exactly. The top three home were clearly it.
Marks was like first, second, third were equals, just about.
Oh, so we had...
I preferred long time ago as a type.
Long time ago was on top because I think it also had Spurs, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I reckon it hasn't handled the track. That's my opinion on the horse. I know Gozo handled the track, and I know Night's Watch from that run's handled the track. I don't reckon long time ago. But let's look at this the other way. It's given 6 kilos to the field there. 52 kilos, 52.5 kilos, 58.5 kilos. That's a bloody good run.
When you've got horses with severe momentum and 6 less kilos coming down the best part of the track, like that, what I'm saying is the outside was a good 7.
Yeah.
Inside probably a good 10, a heavy 10, a good 7.
Heavy
7 outside, heavy 9 inside. That's the information I was getting from someone who's much better at it than we are.
And if I'm right, long time ago was in the middle of them, yeah.
Guizzo snuck up the inside, but again, it's a lark. It's a duck. Anyway, I nice watch, big win, good horse, good fucking stable. You can't stop him.
I think long time ago is a real horse. I think Night's Watch is developing into a real horse. I was surprised they rode a bit more forward than I was expecting. I think they had to win.
I agree with that, but I definitely would rather be betting on long time ago as a long-term prospect.
Agree with
because its
that.
racing pattern is going to pay us more often. Like, we had a good bet each way there, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we've got money, more than money back.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and the horse ticker kept on coming. I mean, Guizzo's put a lemp on it with 200 metres to go.
Yeah, it's cooked there, and it just finds
and then
again.
it still keeps finding.
Gaybot.
I mean, that was their only runner for the day as well. You couldn't let that go around without betting it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was a standout in the yard
Yeah.
with the other two, but it was probably on top. I can't remember what I've done, but I reckon
It was
would have
clearly
been.
on top there.
Race 9, 1,300 metres, benchmark 78. This was a bit disappointing.
It was a frustrating one because I think we could have found Widgie from the numbers, but
It was. I looked at the numbers. It was
Yeah.
equal second in the numbers.
Yeah.
From my mounting yard stuff. I just thought it was too short. I should have respected the Patrick Payne fucking stable.
Yeah.
Backing a horse.
well, it was about $6 and then they backed it late.
Yeah.
I mean, we got sucked into Data Point. I got sucked into Data Point.
I got sucked into Data Point and Nikita's. Nikita's went shit house. Paraded great.
Floral Fevers paraded beautifully and ran last. Not sure what's got happened there.
Oh, I don't know what to do with Data Point. It did come around that shitty part of the track.
It was ridden incorrectly, so I think it could be forgiven. I thought Moon Lover was a damn good
It was
run,
ridden.
considering.
It wasn't ridden incorrectly. It was ridden.
It's a sit-back run-on type Data Point, and it was...
Yeah, but it was drawn inside. It would have had
Yeah.
to lose momentum.
But he had it leading at the
Circle.
400, 450.
Yeah,
so
I
he's
think
gone...
it's because they were going so fucking slow.
Yeah.
They sort of they're all bracing themselves for the straight, and he's just rolling along.
Yeah.
But he does gone too early, obviously.
I'd say Moon Lover was probably, based on what we saw from the yard, I think it can continue to run well.
Yeah, it's my horse. That's my main horse out of this race.
Yeah. Mine too.
All right, that's the review done. Viewer questions, Drew.
I'd quickly say follow forward from this meeting. I think ridden by when it comes back, it's going to be a serious horse. I do have Vinland as a horse to follow. I think I want Memory Bank in my follows forward. And next start, Yard Improvers, who I'm looking to follow. So I'm black booking all these and just backing them next start as long as they find the right races.
Make sure you remind me.
Thanks for the one today, by the way.
Oh, mate, I declared it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was running today.
Neither did I. I was
But on a Sunday, you know...
between the cricket and and I saw it was in.
You know what happens
You know
on
what
Sundays, though?
price-
You know, remember when
you know
I
what
always
price I
message
got?
you on a Sunday, right? When one of your horses is going around, I always message you. What do you get, sixes?
I got like 660.
Seriously. Like, I've seen it's one. I'm like, bloody hell, that's the one he's
Did
declared.
you see the race?
No, I saw it on Twitter after the
mate,
fact.
They've like kicked away
Oh,
and 300 out. It's fucking gonna shit in.
yeah.
Like piss in. I turned back to the cricket.
This is Del
like,
Piero,
yeah,
right?
Del,
Yeah, Del
yeah, I
Piero.
flicked back to the cricket like 75 out.
That's Luke pass.
I hadn't even showered at this stage of the day.
Oh, what, like 4 o'clock?
Yeah,
Nice
4
one.
p.m.
Well, you got your fake game within the game shirt on, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Next start improvers, I've got Grand Casino, Kazi Farazi, Javala, Thermal Current, and Moon Lover, which I
Yeah.
think you'd agree with most of those.
I'll go the 2-year-old in the first race. What's that called?
Written by
No, the other one. Run second.
Sanctimonious.
Yep, Sanctimonious, Thermal Current, Vinland. They'll be the 3 that I'll suggest to follow from the meeting.
Cool.
Viewer question, Drew Z. It's
So
going to be cold, mate. Let's wrap it up.
You know, I always started off with a contentious one.
Yeah, I know. This is your favourite part.
This
My
one's,
favourite part too. I find that quite boring.
From Lukey Bramble. Can you boys now call the lay of the day Dicko's side girl? Because his phone goes off so much during your shows that she's clearly looking for a lay. Keep up the good work, boys. Tipping winners and entertaining the
I
boys.
don't know why you'd write that.
That's a quality one, Luke. I like that. We probably won't be changing the name of it, though. Bailey Watkins wants to know if I'll be loading up on Tom Melbourne this week.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Bailey?
It's a no. Wait for age. No thanks.
Oh,
Blackheart Bart Moral.
I think I might back Tom Melbourne. I think I might do it just to fuck with you. We might have a case bet or something.
And you're going to take
the
Tommy in
one time
it?
Tom wins, I'm on it.
Oh.
Come on.
I'd be going to Westgate, seriously. If I'm not on Tommy and he wins.
I think if you get off Tom and it wins, it might be like 50,
I can't wait for
50
age.
punters at the top of the Westgate helping you get over.
Yeah. Getting the seed with Tommy.
Yeah.
All seriousness in that race, I reckon Blackheart Bart $1.60 to place. Hell yeah.
Drew, Tuesday, mate. It's Monday.
Just multi
Monday.
it.
It's Monday.
Multi
Calm
it
down, you
into
sick.
Lazarus at $2.10 to win
Oh,
into
no,
Dominion.
No. Okay. No, I'm not kidding. Tweet in with your punishment for Drew for mentioning anything to do with trots on the show.
Mate, I put people into it at 3:40.
Don't care. The mailbag is a trot-free zone.
Not even dogs?
Nah. Dogs maybe sometimes.
Okay. Fair
Fucking
enough.
Lazarus. Tweet in with what you think Drew should have to do as a punishment for lowering the brand.
Oh, it's not lowering.
It is. Trots is a low.
Thomas Atkin, this is a good one actually. Jockeys and horses to follow over the summer months, so I'd probably stick with the jockeys. We're discussing this a lot, and this is something we're trying to bring a bit more into what we do with our analysis. You look at, there are some really hot jockeys and some really not hot jockeys at the moment. So
I think Mark Zara is the best jockey in Melbourne. I think Michael Walker is the most underrated.
On outsiders, you just got to respect him taking
I respect
a
him
ride.
and everything.
Yeah.
And I think this young kid who rode that,
Freddie Kersley.
I'm really keen to see what he does. I think he might be a bit of a star.
Childs is going well.
That's
Steph
enough.
Gordon's
3.
run well.
Charles is flying. Kamani's flying as a stable.
Stable, yep. Same with what's the other one? The Busselton's going pretty well.
Kamani be the main stable apart from the obvious Weir that I'm like sort of thinking.
By the way, Weary's already flown over to WA to get Bart home.
Well, that'll be interesting to see how their runners go this week.
They never lose when he goes.
I know that Weir's very, very hands on there at Ballarat.
Yeah.
So if I was working there under the sort of like pressure zone that it would be, to be honest, I'd probably be having a few late starts and a couple of early finishes this week. It's been a big spring.
It has. It's been a very big spring. Rob Carter wants to know, touch on them last week, but best multi your Dicko as cash, not the sub story ones.
I swear we get asked this every week.
I don't think we've ever actually declared. I don't actually know a massive multi that I've got up. I always have the sub stories where I'm bloody one leg short or.
No, it's a sub story. I told you the one how I went to Mooney. I drove from Sydney with my brother.
Is this a sub story?
It's a sob story. we drove from Sydney, me, my brother, maybe one other bloke, I can't remember, to watch the Swans play in the granny, which I'll tell you the year later because it could have been about 5. We went to we got in like Friday afternoon. Yeah, we got someone else to drive. So I drove to Yass, my brother drove to Albury, and then we chucked the other guy in the front.
Yeah.
We got in the back and pumped tunes and just
what
sleep, Druzy.
Mate.
Druzy, we got smashed in the back.
So I'd always been doing the pre-session sleep. So when I landed right in, you have an hour of pre-drinking
I did have a pre-session sleep.
Okay.
In Sydney the night before. God, come on, Peter Pan. Get to the valley, charged up. I've done the form.
Yep.
It's 3 morals.
That's rare.
3 morals. The Cleaner.
Yep.
Almalad.
Yep. I know.
Diamond Oasis.
Yeah.
We've smashed all 3, and also had, we're rich. We've also had a joint massive bet at that into the Swans 1 to 39.
Oh.
Swans backed in from $1.90, $1.85 into $1.60 or $1.56. I think I saw.
I remember that year.
We barely slept because we were cashed up. We were fucking would have gone Collingwood, Richmond, Crown, everywhere. I remember playing poker at Crown at 4 a.m.
Kittens?
No. Then we got to the MCG and there was the granny where Hawthorn fucking destroyed us, and it was over at quarter time.
Yeah.
And I remember being out the back of the MCG having a smoke, just almost passing out. So I had so many beers. Oh, it was just depressing. It was a north of 25 grand each.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one.
I could use that right now.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, all my sub
I'm trying
stories
to buy a house. Anyone got any help me buying a house? Fuck. It's pretty hard getting a.
At least you're not up in Sydney anymore, mate. I mean, there's actually hope down here. Up in Sydney,
I spoke to a guy today.
There's no fucking hope up in Sydney.
I spoke to a bloke today, and he genuinely just laughed down the phone when I said what I do.
Yeah.
He just laughed at me.
Well, I know people who make bloody 150, 200k from this shit, and the bankers don't even want to talk to you. It's you give a single mum on benefits of
let's not talk about single mums and women. I'm not doing that.
Single husband, single man with kids.
Oh no, it's torture. It needs to be addressed. The government should do something about it. Support people who make their own livings. It's fucked.
Well, they're trying to push us into, doing it, but then they don't really care what the banks do. We'll see what happens with
Just
this.
gonna have to keep trying to land big ones.
Well, that's a dream.
I once had a great result on. Who's that? Earthquake. Earthquake won the Blue Diamond.
Yep.
And Boban might have won that day. It was my favourite horse.
Yes, Bobam did win that day. I know because.
And I had a fair crack at it all up with like 4 or 5 horses, and Earthquake and Boban were in it, and Benaria, which was a Highland horse.
Yep, I know the one.
It was the last leg, and it pissed him up the inside of Caulfield.
That would have been at least $8.
It was like a fucking gigantic collect.
Yeah.
And I was.
It goes around between 8s and 20s.
This is when I was younger. And I don't know what we were going somewhere, and then the second last horse won.
Yep.
And I was like, boys, get me fucking. This is serious. Like I need to get to a tab because I just had lots of cash then.
Yep.
I didn't have much online.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me do it. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
I was driving around and I wouldn't let me do it.
that's pretty annoying.
Oh, I'd last laugh.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't give him a cent.
my
I didn't give him a
biggest.
cent.
Yeah, of course not.
Cop this.
Buy a few beers, maybe.
Nah.
Oh,
She
you
let me out of
dog.
the car.
Don't dog the boys.
I could have had a lot on each runner to make sure I had
Yeah,
to collect,
yeah.
let alone the ones I thought could win.
I had this one day where I just had a day out. It was like I just couldn't miss at Caulfield this one day. This is probably 5-6 years ago, and I put on a $44 on a 60% quaddy or something like that. It's when Eagle Falls won at 40s, and then the results just kept on coming in, and it was probably 6-7 years ago now, but it'd be 6 years ago. And I remember just pulling like 6 or 7k out of the quaddy, and at that time I was only betting
Fucking oath.
200
$44
bucks in a day.
I remember Matty Punts, who's my mate and does the MailBag with me, helps me with everything. He and his mate had they put like $25 in each with his old man.
Yep.
Into a big 6. His old man doesn't want a beer.
Yeah.
Big 6 got up, paid 16 grand. The old boy come over and go, did we get that? Nah, didn't.
Oh, I'm not sure I could do that to my dad.
So hopefully Matty Punts old man watches the show.
Oh, that'd be
Just
hilarious.
Invoice him.
How much would that be worth now with interest and inflation?
Probably $8 grand for the third.
Oh.
It was a good couple of years ago.
Jeez.
All right, anything else? That's done for viewer questions?
Yeah. So what are we doing this week in terms of Manning Yard Mail?
I'm going to be going to Bendigo.
Bendigo.
Yeah, I don't mind Bendigo.
You're going to have to get through the traffic. Oh, no, you'll be going after the traffic anyway, mate. Yeah, it'll be about a 12:50 start. You'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bendigo Wednesday, the Valley Friday night,
Yep.
and Racing.com Park on Saturday.
Pakenham. Am I coming with you or am I home basing it? I'm happy to stay home. You can go to Pakenham yourself.
We'll see.
It's a interesting drive. You'll get lost, I reckon.
Going to Pakenham?
Yeah, GPS sometimes gets
Is
lost.
it further than the other one, Cranbourne?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
No, it's not.
It is.
I looked it up.
Actually,
didn't
you'd be fine on a Saturday. Like on a Friday, it'd be horrible because you get stuck with the traffic. But going past Narry Warren, but you'd be fine on a
I
Saturday.
quite like betting there when I'm at home. So
Yeah, the yard's okay there. It's not a great setup, but it's not terrible. It's free entry as well, so that's a big plus. They don't charge anyone.
every
normally.
week's free though. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, so $11 each or $22 for all three, just like last week.
Makes sense.
And this week though, those that do get on board for the 22, with the help of puntingform.com.au, I've spoken to Shane for a fair while today. I'm gonna I create my own maps and markets on there, and at this stage I can share the markets, the maps. We can't figure out how to do the markets yet, so like my prices.
Yep.
But those who sign up for the $22 pack before Wednesday, do it nice and early.
Yeah.
Because if you do it late on Wednesday, you probably won't get them on for Wednesday.
Let's be honest. Let's say 11 o'clock.
Whatever. This is what Drew does. This on it.
Yeah, I ain't sending it out to
or
anyone
care.
who signs
But,
up the last minute. That's the honest truth.
Those who sign up, make sure you put in their email address that you want to receive to, and you'll get emailed all my maps for each race.
Yeah. So we'll send that out before the meeting. We'll do that also for Friday and also for Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, be good if everyone subscribes to our YouTube channel, so you get the notification instead of actually having to wait for us to tweet it out. It's very easy. Just hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, get involved. Do it, please.
Yeah, like us both on Twitter and even Facebook, I guess. You got the Facebook following.
If you want.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's all. I'm looking forward to the week. It'll be interesting to bet at Racing.com Park. The last time I bet there...
I really like betting at Bendigo. I really like, the Valley's my favourite place. And I often go well here. I'm quite excited. I'd rather be going down to Flemington right now.
I'm actually just interested to see what type of track pattern we're going to have.
Anyway,
because...
we'll do that later on.
Yeah.
So, Thursday afternoon, we'll be filming the preview show for... We might throw in a bit of Moonee Valley and Racing.com Park.
Yep. Track's going to be beautiful, not my
If you guys can think of someone who we should get on as a guest this week, tweet him in. Get him involved, her involved.
Yeah, I was going to say him or her.
My old man wants Nadia Horn on.
Oh.
She's too big for us.
Just at this moment, yeah, probably.
But Nadia, you're welcome if you're watching.
We'll take a jockey on. We don't care. Trainer, jockey,
tell you what,
pundit.
I want to get that kid on the books.
What, Kersley?
Who knows?
I think he's staying at Aurora probably. Or oh no, he's at the Flemington base. I heard this morning. Never mind.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week.
Cheers.